Um, just thought I'd shoot a real quick video. I'm sitting here in my home office, I get asked the same questions over and over and over again. And one of the ones I get asked quite a lot is, "Hey, look, I really want to franchise. I've got this great business idea, but I'm just not quite ready. You know, when am I ready to start franchising?" And this happens a lot when people have an idea, but they haven't got that business. And if you've been watching any of my videos or seen some of the content I've been posting up on Facebook, that kind of thing, I always say that, you know, to be able to franchise properly, you need a profitable and duplicatable business model. You know, nobody is going to buy a franchise from you, me, or anybody else if it's not a proven, profitable and duplicatable business model. And that sounds fair enough, right? So if somebody comes along and says, "Hey, look, I'd love to get involved with the 12-week coaching program that you've got, but I'm just not ready yet," and I try to find out a little bit more about the business. But I wanted to tell you a little bit of a story about how we started with our Grout Pro business. This is back in 2009 now. So it was really my business partner Rob's idea. He had the tiling and the grouting experience, and if you don't know what Grout Pro is, you can go and Google that and find out a little bit more about it. That was our first franchising experience as a franchisor. So, but we decided from the very beginning that it was going to be a franchise business. You know, that we were going to sell this as a business opportunity, a license, or a franchise business model. So we knew from before we even got going that that's what it was going to be like. So if you've got a business idea and you think you want to expand it and go by franchising it, you don't have to be ready right away to start thinking about how you're going to do this as a franchise business. So let's just go back to our story. So Rob had the idea, and we tossed around the ideas about what the services were going to be. You know, it was tile and grout restoration, removing grout, colouring grout. You know, really quite a boring industry, to be honest. But we couldn't sell franchises straight away. We had to run what we call in the industry a pilot operation. So that's exactly what we did. So what Rob was doing on a day-to-day basis, this is in Palmerston North in the middle of bloody winter, it was freezing cold, basically working out of his single garage. And then Rob would go out and do the work for the customers on a daily basis. He was working 5 days a week. This was his full-time sort of job, if you like, to see if there was demand for the services that we wanted to offer. You know, could we find customers? If we found customers, you know, how did we find them? You know, from the marketing side of things, which was a little bit about what I did. I'll tell you that in a minute. So, you know, could we find customers? Were there customers for the services that we wanted to offer? If there was, what did we have to do to make that custom, you know, to be profitable, to make some money out of it? Were there any add-on services and things that we could develop into the business plan as we went along? So while Rob was actually doing that side of the business, what I was doing, you know, I live here in Tauranga. I'm speaking to you from my home office in Tauranga now. So we're a 5-hour drive from Palmerston North. But what I was doing here was developing the sales and the marketing systems. So I was in charge of, okay, we've got this great idea, we think it's going to work. How do we find customers? Back in 2009, we used some very, very basic, simple marketing strategies, and they were things like, you know, letterbox flyers, you know, putting flyers in letterboxes, small adverts in the local trades and services community papers, things like that. Some real basic stuff that didn't cost very much money because we didn't have any money. You know, we were pretty skint at the time, but we needed to prove that we could get customers, get them cheaply enough, and then, you know, convert those leads into proper paying customers and actually do the work. So that's what we did. I would develop flyers, Rob would run around delivering them. I would drive down to Palmerston North, you know, every other week with different ideas for products and things. And Rob would go out and you know, somebody would ring up from a flyer and he would go around and quote the job, whether it was to colour seal a dining room or a kitchen, or rip the grout out of a shower, or restore the shower glass, that kind of thing. You know, and then we'd try and tested different products that we had along the way. But right from the very beginning, and this is crucial, is we started to, we systemized absolutely everything in the business, from those basic flyers to how many did we deliver on a daily basis, what did they cost, you know, and how much did it cost to get a lead, to somebody who actually rang up and said, "Hey, look, I've got a grout problem, can you help?" And then we documented absolutely everything that Rob was doing on a day-to-day basis. So, okay, he's got this customer, and let's use an example like it was a shower that needed regrouting and some siliconing. So he would document his day from the day he left the house, you know, what time, how long it took him to drive to the customer's house, and then what did he do at the customer's house. And he took photographs of everything he did, all the tools that he needed, and we developed the franchise system from those early days just like that. So after a number of weeks and months of doing this, we knew pretty much with some certainty how much it costs to get a lead, somebody to respond from one of our adverts. So we knew what the lead acquisition cost was for that service. And then we knew that we probably needed, we could convert 4 out of 5 quotes. You know, people that actually gave us a call, we had a pretty high quote to job ratio, or conversion ratio. So then we knew how much we needed to price each particular job that we did, whether it was regrouting or resiliconing, to account for, you know, converting 80% of the leads into paying work. So we knew what target hourly rate we needed to hit. And back then it was actually fairly low. We wanted to make $50 an hour. If we could make $50 an hour whilst we were working on the tools, that was going to be a great income model. Now, you know, by the time we sold that business a number of years later, that was $100 plus per hour, which is pretty damn good for a semi-skilled, you know, franchisee to, you know, after a week's training can go out there and make $100 an hour. And the vast majority of our franchisees were making 6-figure incomes doing, you know, from the GroutPro side doing that. So what we did over that 6-month period that Rob was running this pilot operation, we documented everything. We wrote manuals, you know, how to market your business, how to quote the jobs and how much to charge, what products and tools you needed to do those jobs, and then physically actually how to do the job, and then things like how to get paid. You know, once you've done the job, how do you get paid? And then was there any upsells that we could do, any products that we could sell to the customer, any other services that we could offer to that customer? And then repeat and referral work from that customer. And we found that, you know, we could get a lot of referral work just by asking, you know, hey, look, do you know of anybody else who's after, you know, the kind of work that we've done for you? Lots of different systems and processes we put in place. So when it came time for us to start franchising, which was August 2009, we put our very first franchise for sale adverts out into the marketplace. We had a proven, profitable, duplicatable and systemized business ready to go. And that's incredibly important. So rewinding that back to people that come and talk to me and say, I'm not quite ready yet to start franchising my business. On one hand, yes, that's true. You're probably not quite ready yet, but it doesn't mean you're not ready to start getting your business into that best franchisable, systemized business it can possibly be. And I can absolutely help you with that. I also want to tell you another story. So, because we didn't stop at GroutPro, we eventually had with the Pro Group a number of franchise divisions, all very successful. But the second franchise division after we went to Australia with GroutPro, and we grew GroutPro, you know, to nearly 50 franchises here and 20 in Australia, we started another division to the Pro Group, if you like, and that was Deck and Fence Pro. And what that did was restored, you know, timber decks. We stained them, we painted fences, we restored garden furniture, that kind of thing. Quite a seasonal job, but very rewarding. And again, a big gap in the market. We did exactly the same thing then. We'd proven the systems and the processes for finding customers. So we didn't really have to develop that too much. You know, we had to change the flyers, and by this time there was online marketing, which was a lot more recognised. People were searching in Google a lot more for tradies and that sort of thing. So we developed some, you know, or sort of massaged the systems and processes that we had and the marketing strategies for generating customers, and we just put them into the Deck and Fence service. But what we did then, Rob was running GroutPro business, so I went on the tools, and I did about 5 months. Again, working every day, 5 days a week, sometimes on Saturdays, and documenting the exact products and processes and procedures and everything we needed to do to develop a profitable business, restoring decks, fences, garden furniture, and other outside structures. So we had a profitable and duplicatable business that we could sell. And that pilot operation didn't run for quite 6 months. It was a little bit less. But then, in the 6 months after setting that up, we sold, I think it was 17 franchises in less than 6 months for that particular brand. So if you're in a position where you're thinking, hey, look, I've got this great business idea, but I don't think I'm ready, to start franchising. I'm not ready to come and ask for advice. I need to work on it some more, research more, and do all these bits and pieces. Hey, look, that's fine, because I've been there, and my business partner Rob, we've been there. We didn't have any money, we just had an idea. But I wish, looking back, that I'd had somebody like me I could have gone to and said, look, I want to franchise my business. It's just an idea. It's not proven yet. Tell me what to do. Because, Rob and I, we spent a lot of hours, nights and weekends and working every day, working this stuff out. And if we just had somebody to ask and say, just tell us what to do and what we need to document and what we can spend our money on, because we didn't have much, and what to not spend money on, and where we can put our time and energy and resources, that would have been, it would have been life-changing for our business. I mean, we were very successful from quite early on, but we could have been successful quicker and for less money, if you know what I mean, and spending less money. So if that's your position, hey, that's a good thing. Come, get in contact. I really want to say, just get in touch. Reply to the emails or click the contact box and send a request through. I'll give you a call back when I've got time, and let's start this conversation. Now, not everybody, even in the early stages, is really quite ready for me to work with you one-on-one, but a lot of people are, and because I've actually been where you are, I'm in a better position to help you. We've actually done this and built and sold hundreds of franchises and built multiple franchise divisions, and not just the Pro Group, in several others as well. And now that's my specialty, is helping people franchise their businesses. And if you've been watching the video series, you'll know a little bit more about what we do and how we do it. So, hey, look, I don't want to take up much more time, but really, let's talk. If that's where you are, let's have a chat. Let's see if you are ready or not ready, and how I can help you get to a stage where you've got a fully systemized, profitable, duplicatable business that's ready to franchise, and do that sooner rather than later. Because if you keep struggling along by yourself, 12 months goes past like that, and then 2 years, and all of a sudden you've wasted all of this time, and you've perhaps wasted some money on things that you shouldn't have spent money on. And further far ahead. Further far ahead, that doesn't sound right. So anyway, that's all I'm going to say for now. I'd love to talk to you and have a chat on the phone, or send us an email. We can jump on Skype, talk face to face, and let's see if we can help. If you're the right candidate for the 12-week one-on-one coaching program. If you're not, that's fine as well. I can perhaps recommend some resources and recommend a path forward or things to do until you are ready. But if you are ready to make a change in your life and a change in your business, I can absolutely help with that. So let's get in touch.